Very special management. Abhijit Roy, MD and CEO at Berger Paints, is now with us. Sir, we are, we earlier spoke to Asian Paints, then we also spoke to a tile company, the largest tile company. Can you just talk to us about what is the sort of home furnishing demand that you're seeing, as India has spent more than 8 months at home in the lockdown? One of the sectors that has recovered fastest in the pre-COVID is paints. Can you talk to us more about the spending, the large chunk of your demand which is coming in from homes?
Yes, partly yes. Actually what has happened is, the demand which was there in the months of April or partly in May as well, probably got postponed quite a lot, and therefore it didn't get destroyed. It came back at a later time. In the cities, specifically, the interiors are the ones which picked up much faster. In the upcountry areas, it was both interior and exterior painting which happened. So, yes, partly to answer your question, the interior paint did pick up in demand. We did see a sudden increase, especially after August onwards. So August, September, October, and even in November, it was quite robust in terms of the demand pickup.
All right. Hi, Mr. Roy. This is Mubina as well joining in. How much of this demand was via your Berger Express Painting app? The convenience that this app offers, has it encouraged people to perhaps increase the frequency of their repainting? Have you seen more bookings via your app?
Absolutely. I think, it's been a very pleasant experience for us. We had anticipated this, and therefore we had reoriented our, program, which is the express painting, and made it called, safe express painting. So we brought in a lot of safety elements in it, including, the app itself, and then also sanitizing the whole space after the job is done. Taking all the precautions that the painters are well trained in taking those precautions and delivering those services. So it has been a very, very encouraging response. The percentage growth actually was astounding in terms of the response from consumers, especially from big cities like, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, etc., where the response has been very strong for the express painting service. And I think, use of technology, even for, normal painters, it will become increasingly important.
All right. Mr. Roy, on an average, have repainting cycles shortened? What was the average repainting cycle earlier versus now in both urban and rural areas?
So partly in the urban areas, I think, it would have reduced a little bit, from probably around 6-7 years now to around, 4 years to 5 years time frame. It's still relatively high in India, compared to probably the change of colors which happen more frequently in the West. But, it is gradually moving down, so it has improved, from what it used to be, but there's still some scope for improvement. Because a lot of these decisions which are taken in the West, for example, they change the color, so they get bored. They change the color, they change the textures possibly. That, as of now in India, is not very frequently done. It's only when the walls, look shabby or it really needs painting that people go in for painting.
Do you think that demand for paints and home improvement has also been spurred on discounts, lower prices offered across sector?
Not really. I think the prices have been relatively quite stable. Given that the profitability had moved up, there was slightly intense competition, and obviously, there will be some amount of, price war a little bit, in the market, which is expected. But it didn't actually result in major drop in prices, and the reason for therefore the surge in demand is because of that. Yes, on the lower side, on the economy category, some new products have been introduced which are priced lower, where the growth rate would have come slightly at a higher pace in those segments.
What is your pricing strategy currently? With many raw material prices still being lower than usual, commodity inflation is coming back. Could reversal of discounts, price hike result into demand or shift in demand?
Indian consumers have always been, price sensitive. Value for money segment is extremely important. You take a look at any of the big brands in India, they would be doing well primarily because they give great value at that price point. So that is always important, But as I said, it's not as if something new is happening there. It is there all through. And then that I think is going to continue in the future as well, in the near future. I don't know when the economic, the people have a lot more income in their hands and things start changing, that is different. But as of now, I think this is the trend which will continue.
Across your range of decorative paints, what sort of demand have you seen, for the more high-end premium products? Or do you think that, demand at this point of time has been limited to your economy or standard product range?
So in the high-end premium products, in the interior category, we have seen an increase in demand. In our case, we introduced a very interesting product called Silk Breathe Easy, which has antibacterial, antivirus, and that too COVID virus, and anti-pollution ability. It absorbs the gases, SOx, NOx gases, which is the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide gases. So very helpful for keeping your room clean. So therefore, this category, which is placed in the luxury category, it has a very nice finish as well. And coupled with that, it has these three properties. So this got introduced just before the pandemic set in, but it has come in very useful now. A lot of people have appreciated this product, and the demand of this product has been increasing substantially. So in that luxury premium category, this product is doing very well. We already had an established product called Easy Clean, in which that category we are the leader in India. So that Easy Clean continues to do well. So these two products are doing very well as far as the interiors are concerned. On the exterior, the offtake was a little bit slower initially, but it has picked up now considerably from September onwards. So the exterior category also now is growing in the luxury premium category, quite strongly. As far as the lower end categories, which you said, the price players, there, as I said, some of our companies, in the paint segment have introduced products which are quite competitively priced. And those products are also doing well, especially in the upcountry areas.
You've guided for high teen growth in the decorative segment for the second half of this fiscal. So what lends you this confidence, in the sustainability of this, demand for repainting, home improvement, etc.?
As of now, it looks like it is definitely sustainable. Demand has picked up. There is a segment, which anyway was buying these luxury products. Now you have added properties, which are beneficial properties. And it doesn't cost even 2-3% more than the normal luxury products. So therefore, there is no reason why people cannot switch to this type of a product. So therefore, yes, in the interior side, I would say that it is definitely sustainable. Even on the exteriors, we have introduced a product called Weathercoat Long Life, with Akshay Kumar advertising it, which is a 10-year warranty type of a product. A great product for those who want, the house to look, as fresh as new for a long period. And therefore, this is also going to do well, I think. Already has picked up momentum in the market and is going to continue to do well.
So your product range in the standard interior segment has limited competition compared to peers. Will you look at expanding over there, new launches, especially as competition is reviving in now?
So, if you break up the interior paint category, there is a economy category, there is a standard or the regular category, and then there is a premium luxury category. In the standard, as you said, in the interior space, we have a very old, brand called Rangoli, which has been there with us for long years now. Much of that segment has actually upgraded to a brand called Easy Clean, which we have managed to upgrade. And therefore, this particular segment has not grown at a very brisk pace. This category also is not growing for most other companies as well. It's actually a relatively slower growing category compared to the economy or the upper end. We may look at doing some small changes there in that particular category in order to make that segment also more attractive for consumers.
Thanks so much, sir, for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective. Rare Management, Berger Paints over there talking about demand, new launches, what's the way ahead in terms of paint industries. On that note, we're taking a break, coming back quickly, leaving you with markets flat with a positive bias, however, off the day's highest point.